to the anabolic kitchen. So today I've got my version of protein pancakes. Everyone seems to sort of have a version of protein pancakes, but this is my one. So today what we've got, I've got quite a few ingredients today in this recipe. They're not probably all critical, but this is just what I use for the people in the US watching YouTubers. You might not be able to get this PB&Co. This is their already made up protein pancake mix. That's sort of my base. I'm not sure if they ship worldwide. They might do, but all the rest of the ingredients are pretty much available at your supermarket, wherever you shop. We've got almond flour, coconut flour, a bit of fine desiccated coconut, a little bit of baking powder, liquid egg whites, a little bit of buttermilk in there. Gives it a really nice tang, and I think it just helps the pancakes cook up a bit better too. That's just the sort of the star ingredient. I've got two types of casein here. I've got, this is coconut cream, casein custard, Gentech, absolutely one of my favourite flavours of all time. And this is raw coconut, another casein. I'll put a little bit of both in, just because I've got both. You can just quite easily, whatever flavour you like. But casein's really good for baking. Casein seems to bake better than whey. If you want to use, you can use whey and casein, but if you just use whey, they tend to come out very dry, the pancakes. They stay a bit moister and just cook better when I use casein. So that's why I use casein. And with mine, I have a few assorted toppings, but I sort of like to have just some fresh lemon and a little bit of sugar. Not sugar, but sugar alternative. Natvia I've been using. So yeah, it goes in really well with the coconut and with the lemon and the Natvia sprinkled on top. All right, so let's get rolling. Sorry, I get a bit carried away. So basically, it's 200 mils. I use 200 mils of liquid egg whites, and this makes up about 10 pancakes. So I've got my measuring cup here. So 200 mils of liquid egg whites. And then to that, I add in 40 grams of my pancake mix here.
Yeah. PB&Co.
PB&Co. We go 40 grams of that. A serving is 30 grams, but I have a little bit more egg whites and that in there, so that's why I put a bit extra in. They're really the only two ingredients that I measure out, because I've made it so many times. We'll put all the ingredients and the measurements up at the end of the video, but they're the only two ones that I measure out. Now from here, I go in with just a sprinkle of coconut flour. About that much, probably 10 grams, maybe, sort of thing. Little bit extra almond flour. Can never have too much almond flour, just a little bit of almond flour. Little sprinkle of that, about the same. Maybe a bit less, and just a little bit of desiccated coconut. Just gives it the nice pieces. You get the nice bit of coconut in there. Thickens it up a bit as well. But not much of that. Just a sprinkle of each. Sprinkle of baking powder. Pretty easy to make up, guys. Sprinkle of baking powder there. Put me dash of buttermilk in. Probably about that. And you can always, you'll see when it comes out of the fridge, I normally make it up in the morning after breakfast, then leave it in the fridge for a couple of hours for it to thicken up. And then, so if it comes out of the fridge when you go to cook it and it's a little bit too thick, you can always just add a little bit extra buttermilk or a little bit of the unsweetened almond milk, just to loosen the batter up a bit, just to get it just right to where you like it, and then away you go. So all I've got to add now is just me bit of protein in there. And it's probably 15 grams all up, so...
Off both?
No, just all up, yeah, so I'll just put a little, you know... Actually get a better spoon than that. Something with a bit of a longer reach on it. So about that of the raw coconut. And about the same of the coconut cream.
So that'd be like about a big tablespoon?
As I said, about 15 grams all up. That's what I've got in the recipe. At the end of the video it'll come up. About 15 grams of casein I think works well. With that amount of liquid and what I've got in there, it seems to always come out about the right thickness after it's been in the fridge. So from there, and now it's just a matter of mixing this up, guys. So I'll swing over here. I've got my blender plugged in, just a hand mixer. I've normally got a bit of a bigger jug than this. I'm at my mum's. Thanks for my mum for letting me use the kitchen, but what you don't want to do, and I've been caught this before doing this too, is what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you haven't got a real big jug here, and it's quite near the top, you want to make sure you mix it in fully first before you start blending it, otherwise she ends up all over the bench. I've done that before. You live and learn. But yeah, just make sure that all the protein powder mainly, and everything's mixed in and it starts to thicken up. Then you can turn the blender on. Hang off, yeah. Things as much as you can, get as much off it, and you're allowed to lick them all. I'll let you do that. How beautiful that's pretty much ready to go. So I'll whack that in the fridge now for a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll cook them up, guys. Welcome back, guys. So we're ready to cook these up now. So that's just come out of the fridge. That's about the right consistency, what I want. You'll see when I pour it into the pan. So non-stick pan, I just like to use a little bit of coconut spray. Coconut oil spray. Goes good with anything sweet. So this has got a bit of sweetness to it. So coconut, yeah, if you're frying up anything sweet, it's really nice. It can go both, sweet and savoury, but you wouldn't want to use olive oil with these. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so here we go. Just like fairly like a tablespoon. And I just dollop it on then to spread it out a little bit. And then repeat. This is a nice big non-stick pan, this one, so I'll get 4 in here really easily. If you've got a bit of a smaller pan, you might only get 3, depending on what size your pan is.
Who doesn't like some nice pancakes?
Yeah, these are great. Like I have them on the day that I don't do weights, like sort of my rest day, I just have these as a post-workout meal. It's about 50 grams of protein in these. And mine are really low carb. I've made them that way so my clients, or you can eat them, you know, if you're on a low carb diet, you can still eat them any time during the week, and then if you want to add extra carbs to it, you can always add a carb into the topping, you know what I mean? So mine are really low carb, only about 8 grams of carbs in the whole batch. Yeah, so if you want a bit of extra carbs, you can always add a little bit of, you know, fine powdered oats in there or anything, or you can have, you know, a little bit of carbs on your toppings. Whether you want a little bit of banana or whatever you want. So you see when you start to get a few bubbles on there, it's getting fairly close to.
Had you already had that pan preheated?
Yeah, you have it preheated, just not too hot, but about a medium heat.
Yeah.
And then once it's already hot, you can sort of turn it down. You can see they sort of,
Oh, beautifully golden brown.
yeah. You wouldn't want to let it go much longer than that. I don't like it burn them. There you go. And they don't need long on the other side either. Once it just, 20 seconds, 30 seconds on the other side, just to set them, and they're ready to go.
All right.
Yeah, so that's the end result, guys. I actually got 8 out of these because with a bit bigger pan than what I normally use. I made them a little bit bigger, so I only got 8 out of it. But when I make them at home on my smaller pan, I get 9 or 10, slightly smaller ones. But yeah, they're beautiful and soft, not dry at all, and as I said, low carb. In the batch here, you get about 50 grams of protein. Carbs are around 8 grams, and the fats are really low. Fats are sort of around, sort of 7 or 8 grams, I think. So it's pretty much just a really good high protein, low carb meal that you can have any time during the week. Breakfast, after training, at night. If you wanted to have that as your meal before bed, you could do that if you feel like something a little bit sweet before bed. Quite often I've made it up and then had a little bit of vanilla ice cream, the old pancakes and ice cream. No added sugar vanilla ice cream, beautiful with these pancakes. So yeah, guys, if you like it, hit the thumbs up and please subscribe, and I'll keep them coming. Thank you.